Hey Susan, instead of just trying to type everything out, I figured it might be easier for me to show you what I think you need to do. Excuse me. This computer is on El Capitan. It's not the one that came out last week, but it's the OS that came out the week, or the last OS that came out. So you may be on 10.9 or 10.10. I believe this is 10.11. So things may look slightly different, but fundamentally they should be pretty much the same. So when you get your external hard drive, it should be USB or FireWire or something like that. Plug it in the back, and hopefully it just pops right up on the desktop. Mine says SamNap because I've named it. This is what my icon looks like. This is the hard drive that's built into my computer. Mine says SamNap because I changed the name of it in case somebody else got hold of it because I take it to work or take it to school and back all the time. Yours will probably say whatever the brand is. So if it's a Western Digital, it might say like WD something or other or Seagate something or other. If you don't see either the Macintosh HD or your new hard drive popping up on here, you can go over to Finder, Preferences, and in here you'll see in the general, it'll say show these items on desktop, hard disks, external disks, CDs, connected servers. Just make sure external disk is turned on and off. If you look over to the right on mine, it'll show you when I turn it off, it goes away and it comes on. If you absolutely can't see it there, you can just open a window, just about any window, and down here on the side there'll be a spot that says devices. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and it says devices, and that's my device. So you can get to it in many different ways. So I don't have iPhoto anymore. It's just called Photos, and I don't really use this software. I plugged it in today for the first time in forever, so I could get an idea what it looks like. I don't know if you have iPhoto or if you just have Photos. Excuse me. But basically, if you can get to, and I know your computer's going wonky, so it might not want to, but the best way would be is if you can open up your photos, go to where all the photos are. These I just did a backup of my phone real quick, so you can go to all these photos. I'm going to select one, and I'm going to push Command A, which selects them all. Then if I come up here to File, and I go to Export, I get two options. I get Export 4,600 photos that are on my phone, or export unmodified original for 4,603 items. If I do export, it'll change things. So if I tell it to export them all as a JPEG, if they're all JPEGs, it's fine, it'll come out the same. But if I have a TIFF thrown in there or anything like that, it'll change them. Plus, if you edited them at all in iPhoto, change colors, change anything, it'll it'll lock that in. So I would do export unmodified original, meaning any edits you did won't be there, but it also isn't going to change the resolution, the file type, anything like that. So I'm going to do export unmodified original. And it's going to say, I'm going to let it use the file name. I'm not going to worry about the subfolder format. You can come in and say moment name, but frankly I don't care. So I'm going to do export. And then it's going to give me this dialog. And what I want to do is I want to come up here, instead of desktop, I want to come down to my external hard drive. And I've got a bunch of crap in here. You won't, but you could create a new folder down here on the left that just says like photos backup. If I can type, click create, and then it'll automatically put you in that. And then I can click export originals. And after it goes through its little spinning wheel of death, this is an older iMac. It's not old, but it's an older iMac, and I wish I'd never put the newer operating system on it because it's not really up for it. That's why I'm getting these spinning wheels all the time. But once you get to that point and you click export, it should go ahead and go through with the export. Now, if your computer is going wonky enough that you can't quite go through this process, what you could then do is you could open up your external, you could open up your regular hard drive, and what you want to look for is over in here, I have pictures right here, but if you don't, you should at very least have this home folder, and yours will say Susan Jameson or whatever your account will be. If you click on that and you go into pictures, you'll see something that'll say Photos Library or iPhotos Library. If I were just grab that and drag that over here and drop it in that external hard drive, that would work as well. Now I'm not going to do that because I'm already doing the export, but if I were to go ahead and do that, that would back it all up as well. The bad part from there is we would have to go in showing package contents and go in here and find in probably the Masters 2016 through all these different folders to go in and find the photos. But you would have them. Even though it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt, at least they would be safe. So those are the two different ways I'd say you can go ahead and use that external hard drive. I don't know if this thing is done yet or if it's still going or how long I'm going to have to let it go. But it's probably going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, see right now it's only at 433 items. It's kind of weird that it doesn't give me a process, like doesn't show me exactly what's happening. But, you know, so be it. It's what it is. So you kind of have to let it go. I can just look at the folder, and down here at the bottom you'll see it says 530 items. I know there's 4,603 items, so it's got a little bit of time to go. All right, I hope that helps out a little bit.